He was the game changer, revolutionising English football both on and off the field. But today, amid growing fan frustration, the game was finally up for Arsene Wenger.
It does mean we need to be bold in the appointment and get the person we believe is the right person.
Hello guys, welcome to my first episode of Wenger Out Frying. Obviously last week, I believe it was the 20th of April 2018, if you're watching in the future, he announced that he would be resigning at the end of the season. Now, I believe this is a decision that Ivan Gazidis probably made, as well as the board, and said, Arsene, it's not working out. The fans aren't coming into the stadium. We're either going to sack you at the end of the season, or you can resign now, go out gracefully, maintain your legacy as such, and obviously the fans can get behind you and hopefully push to win the Europa League, even though after the Atletico game it's going to be difficult, if anything. So yeah, obviously a lot of fans have been very unhappy. A lot of people have wanted this for a long time. And now is the opportunity. Ivan Gazidis has got a job on his hands. He's got a lot of people to interview. But I think most importantly, someone that's going to come in and really tackle that defence and make us tough to beat. Because no matter how many goals we score, we're always conceding. And even recently, I think because of our defence, our attack's been very shaky as well. And they've lacked creativity and they've not been good going forward. So hopefully the new man coming in will take us forward. That is the plan anyway. So basically what I've done is all the names that have been linked over the last few years, and especially recently, I have taken them, I've put them in the manager position as of this season in Wenger's place, and simulated the season to see how they do, basically. I've kept in the transfer window. Hopefully that will give an insight into what type of players they will bring in, what type of players they like, if they were to be in the club. So I've kept that on, and yeah, I've basically simulated the season. I'm going to go through all the managers' performance. And what I've basically done at the end is I've ranked them. So depending on the trophies that they've won, their final standings in the league and what rounds they got to in the cups, I've basically given them scores and I've worked out onto a league table. So I'm going to basically take all these managers, each series that I do, or each episode that I do, is basically going to do 1, 2 or 3 managers' performance. But what I'm going to do is start with the worst performers, and then the very last show, the last person and the last manager that I show will be the best person, the one that's had the best record, the one that's won the most trophies, games, and finished the season off the best. So I hope you stay tuned, and I hope you look forward to seeing who would be the best candidate to take over at Arsenal. And Ivan Gazidis, I hope you're watching this as well, because I've made your job very easy. So, without further ado, I think we should get started. So, let's go. So, as you can see, the first name that comes up is George Jesus. Now, he's someone that's not been linked, and there's a reason why he's not been linked. It's because I've not actually simulated the season with him. So, this is where it gets interesting. So, let's go to Arsenal history managers. So, the first person in number 20th place, Maximo Allegri. That's who it is, Maximo Allegri. He is bottom place. As you've guessed it, I've now said there's 20 managers that are put through their paces. And Allegri is the only one of them that was sacked. Now, obviously, he's been sacked at the end of the season. You can see that he left on the 13th of May. So that would probably indicate that when the league finished, that's when he left. So there weren't too much after that. So Massimiliano Allegri, he is bottom. So let's have a look to see what Allegri done. So transfers, we'll go to have a look at his transfer history. So transfers out are all loan players. I'm not going to go into them because they're all young. But what's interesting is to see who he brought in. So there's a young player called Dennis Mann from Romania, 19 years old. Very good stats, but obviously he's not someone for now. He's someone for the future. Tony Vilhena, I believe he's Dutch, 23 years old. Again, not too bad stats, but the fact that he's 23, they're not going to improve too much. He's got probably 3 years of development left in him. So they might go up a little bit. His best attributes being fitness, stamina, and work rate. So obviously good for the position that he's in. He's a midfielder. His tackling's not great. His passing's pretty good. Vision's okay. So looking from that, he's a good player, not outstanding though. So not the best person I would have said to have brought in. And then we've got Bastos, 29-year-old Dutch forward, very good at finishing, very good at his finishing attributes. Everything else, not so great. So he's just your typical fox in the box. He made 12 appearances in total with 6 goals. So 3 of those were in the English under-23 Premier Division. So in fact, he only scored 3 goals for the first team in 10 games. So not fantastic, but I'm guessing he was just a backup. Obviously, he came in for the departed Olivier Giroud. So let's have a look at the tactics. So I'm not sure if these were the tactics that he played or that George Jesus plays, but we'll say it's what he played at the moment. So 4 at the back, defensive midfielder to protect the back 4 because obviously they need it. 2 centre midfielders, and the surprise here is Mesut Ozil because I wouldn't have expected him to be there. He's normally right behind the strikers, doesn't really offer much help in support. He's just there to provide the balls to the wingers, to the striker. So interesting to see him there. And then we've got Lacazette on the left, Mkhitaryan on the right, and Aubameyang up front. So that is the lineup. Let's have a look and see at the players. How did they perform? So Aubameyang was the top goal scorer, 19 goals in 37 games. Lacazette was 17 in 27, or 36. So both of these guys got an average in 1 and 2. And then the next person was Ozil. So without these guys, they're not really scoring many. Assist-wise, Ozil with 12, Ramsey 9, Mkhitaryan 8. Again, not big numbers there from Arsenal. So we can see why he probably didn't go too far. Now, let's have a look. Okay, so let's see how Arsenal done in the Community Shield. So we had Chelsea, and we drew 0-0 but lost on penalties. Not a great performance there from anyone. Granit Xhaka had a pretty good game, so did Despina. But unfortunately that one finished with a penalty defeat. Next we'll look at the Carabao Cup. So we started off in the 3rd round, had a good win against Sheffield Wednesday, 3-1. Eddie Nketiah with 2 goals. Good performance there from my man. But then we had Man City in the 4th round and lost 2-1. So a pretty strong squad as well. But we played Man City, lost 2-1. Yeah, it's the Carabao Cup. No big deal there. So next is the FA Cup. So we started with Burton, beat them 2-1. Then we had Bury, won 2-0. Bastos and Eddie Nketiah with the goals there. And then we played Man United and we lost. And that one was at home as well. So we should have done better there. Not a great performance in the FA Cup, especially as we're holders that season, so not very good. The next one we will look at is the Europa. So Allegri's good in Europe. He should have done well here. No. So he got through the group stages, 5 wins out of 6, 1 defeat, so not too bad there, but no big wins again. They were all 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, apart from the 3-0 against Lugano. And then against Villarreal, they lost 2-1 away. Welbeck with a goal there, and then drew 1-0 at home. Not a great performance there, guys. So, the big one, the Premier League. How do we fare in the Premier League? So, there's quite a few greens there. So, it looks like it was a pretty positive start, to be honest. If you look at the results, 4 clean sheets in a row there. But then we started conceding. A couple of clean sheets there. But then quite a few defeats. There's 5 defeats in the Premier League all the way up until January. So that's probably not helped. And then we go further down. Get rid of that filter for you. And then we can see. Yeah, so it didn't end very well in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games. He won 1 game. So if he'd done better in those, like 2-1 home defeat against Huddersfield, 2-1 away defeat to Stoke, 2-1 away defeat to West Brom, 1-1 with Spurs. If they got results in these games, we could have finished 4th at least, and then leapfrog Spurs and got into the Champions League. But a very bad ending to the season, much like this one, has resulted in them finishing 5th. And yeah, Spurs 4th place, 4 points ahead. So if we beat them rather than drawing, then we could have been closer, and then just a better performance in one of the other defeats, and then we could have been there. But never mind. That is the performance of Massimo Allegri. I have reviewed the performance of 20 managers, and the last one will be the one who performed the best. So I hope you stay tuned to find out who that is, especially you, Ivan Gazidis, especially you, because I've made your job very easy, like I said. So yeah, I hope you stay tuned. If you like it, please subscribe so you can stay tuned for all the updates. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later. Bye.